Why, hello. I'm Maris. This is GamerQuest. This is Shooty Skies Overdrive for VR. And this is... First, I want to thank the developers for giving me a copy of this game. This is really saccharine sweet, cutesy, fun stuff. Now, you may have seen this in the VR Fitness Summit for the summer that's going on. That's been very popular, the events doing that. So, we're going to check this out. This has been very fun. Let's get into it. This is Uncandy World. That's me dancing. Yeehaw. So, the way this game works is, obviously, you're completely surrounded in the particular world that you're fighting in. Now, the mobs come at you in a, I would say like a semicircular pattern or half board. So you can see we've got guys coming up on our side. Now they come towards you. They're aiming for that cute little plane you have in your hand there because that's what it is. You're technically like a 3D side-scrolling shooter, I guess you could say. We got another little, well, gun, airplane. So, on one hand, you have your main plane. So, for right now, I'm using the cat. And then the free hand, whatever hand you do not have the main plane on, is how you load your, power-ups and things like that. So you can see I have a trumpet gun here. You have to hold it up to your mouth to get it to fire. So, you generally always have something extra in your other hand. That alarm, just to let you know, is the timing ending for that power-up. Or every power-up. And here's another one. They come pretty fast. I'm sure you've noticed that it looks like everything's themed, which it is. Every world in this game has a huge amount of themed enemies. They really, really, went crazy. There's a lot on the board. Look, we got cute little rainbows flying through right now. You'll see the cats in the baskets throw little yarn balls and mice and keys. Ooh, checkpoint. So usually there's 2 checkpoints and then a boss for each world. These little teddy bears, gummy bears. Lots of noises and everything in this game too. Pop-Tarts. Little popsicles. We've got a YouTube mock monitor. Well, a YouTube, quote-unquote, YouTube-looking screen on a monitor, showing a themed video. Oh, here's our little friends with the... So that vacuum I just had actually sucks up all the bullets. There's bullet shields. There are, in the pit, which is the next board, is a, you get like one that's a saw. That blade pops out. There's some that, this trumpet is only in this board. So you're going to have some that carry over, and then others that don't carry over at all. Another trumpet gun. Bullet shield. Depending on the plane you're using, it does change the drop rate for the power-ups. So, the, main one that you start with, the one I'm using, has a relatively decent drop rate for everything. It's pretty, pretty across the board, everything, maybe like a 20%, something like that. Now, for this particular board, you start with the ability to select a secondary pilot, or from a secondary pilot named Ginger, who's a gingerbread man. His stats are different as to what he drops, or the chances of what you're going to get from the power-ups. Now, I'm trying to go for the unlock of 150,000 points in this to get the third pilot, which is like a Mr. Softy, I guess you could say. It's a pink-headed, I guess, cone. And there we go. Always gotta pay attention, gotta look around. And there's the board for you. So close. So, but he's like a Mr. Softy looking guy with pink ice cream instead of white. And his plane is a ice cream truck. So here comes our power-up from the first checkpoint. Every checkpoint gives you a power-up. So, for instance, after you complete the first checkpoint in any board, you get a power-up and you get the double gun. Double gun stays through the whole thing. It's not a time thing, it's a permanent upgrade for the time, for the time that you're in that board. So when checkpoint 2 comes around, you will get another upgrade. That will bring you to triple guns. That's me holding up my fists in anger. Here's a quick look around. You can see we've got a castle behind us. The world design in this game is great. It's like you are in it. I'm standing relatively still, because of, I'm waiting to get shot at and take care of things. But this world is very... I can move around a little bit in here, in my little square. And it's definitely immersive. Everything matches. I really was amazed at how much was in this. Because, it looks cute. You can have great world design and then be in a situation, oh, the trumpets that play for the llamas is hilarious. Just want you to appreciate that. But you can have a great looking world and then the mobs or the enemies be, kind of lackluster sometimes. If your world design and, like, the gameplay and everything is great, then sometimes you can get away with not having, like, the most wild characters. Or you can just really go, all in and really do something like this, where it's just non-stop. I've really enjoyed all that I've played. Here's a meteor, double meteor. Wish there was more on the board for that. That would have been really effective. Meteor is another one that you have a chance to get in all the boards. Again, depending on your pilot. That's, your percentage chance of your power-up being that. Some of the real OP ones are always just going to be lower. And yes, the trumpet gun is shooting out cats. Now, from our angle, we're only seeing, the backside of them. I also noticed there's a lot of references to certain things, like certain callbacks to certain classic things. Like those old arcade cabinets and things like that. Here's a mini-boss. So I'm using the vacuum to try and keep my plane safe here. I got hit by a mouse from the side. So close. Angry! Now, unfortunately for this, with the mini-bosses, you do not start at the boss. You will start at the checkpoint before the mini-boss. Now, if you get to a boss, generally speaking, if the boss kills you, you start back up at the boss. So, I like that they hold the progression as well. That's... sometimes we're going to see me make a couple mistakes coming up. And, I'm thankful that I got to start at the checkpoint, because it definitely makes you want to continue. it's one of those things that makes it so less frustrating. It's like, oh, all that work I did, you know. Everything is just so cute. And there we go. Only 26,000. Me shaking my head no, yep. Mistakes happen. That happens. And also, this is the thing, like, you know, you're in a helmet and you're in this environment, but you also have to understand that the sides of your eyes, it's not full 180 vision straight to the sides of your eyes. So you do have like a little bit black to the side, so you can't see necessarily. Now, the mobs are pretty much spawning in a 180 circle in front of you, so they are coming up on your side, and all of these things that are firing at you, they do fire from the side, and obviously your immediate sides are blocked because of the helmet, so that's, you just really got to pay attention, and that's where I found myself constantly screwing up in this. I think I'm fine, and then I'm not realizing that something's off on the side, or something got past me and shot something off from the side. See, perfect example. Side hit that I didn't even see. But, you know, this is what happens when you're playing. It's, you get so into it, and, you know, maybe you're not 100% paying attention to your surroundings. And that can cost you. Now, also what happens is, like, say, for instance, with these little guys, this is a perfect example. You see how many there are, and you see how they're hooking around, and then they come towards you. Well, you, as the player, don't get hit. It's the plane that gets hit. So, like, you don't actually have a body in this game. Technically, it's only the plane that counts. So, as the things come to you, they will go through you and go past you. So you can, if you want to, turn around and fire ones that have gotten, you know, fire at ones and blow up ones that have gotten past you. You don't have to kill everything like I am. You know, some people may feel a little more comfortable and not as, I don't want to say high-strung, but, you know, sometimes it can be a lot on the screen, and people may feel a little overwhelmed at first and think, you know, oh my god, I have to get everything, but that's not the case. Like, you can build up to it. I'm also playing this on normal, though. There is, like, an easier mode, like a casual. I think it's called smooth. And then there's, like, overdrive, which we will get to eventually. I'm working my way up to that. We will one day do that. Because I'm sure if this is normal, some of the stuff that I've seen, overdrive is probably one of the most insane things I'll ever experience in my life. Again, you can see we're getting the power-ups relatively quickly. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but your plane, you don't have to hit any triggers or fire or anything like that. I put it right into a yarn ball there. What happens is you're pretty much just holding the controller and flying the plane, and when the plane's little pointer, as you can see, it's got that little laser sticking out, the plane will automatically fire at an enemy. You don't have to worry about any of that. Which I really, really have to say, I absolutely love the fact that it does that. The same with the pug gun power-up. That one also only automatically fires when it's pointed at an enemy. How cute these are. Oh, we got another trumpet. It's the llama trumpet. Also like how there's, like, cute faces on things. I noticed the face on the popsicle because obviously I'm really paying attention and looking that way. But then once I started looking around, I'm like, oh my god, so many things have adorable faces on them. It's like, it's so cute, my teeth hurt. Alright, here comes another power-up. What do we get? Oh, meteor. Meteor's really good if you have a lot of things on the board. As you can see, I'm being, like, really crazy and, like, wanting to kill everything. I'm one of those people. Even side-scrolling shoot, like, you're not getting past me. I'm sorry, it's not happening. I will do whatever it takes to kill all of you. I know that sounds terrible, but that's my life. Angry, angry, angry. I was in the zone there for a second. Or at least I thought I was in the zone. Obviously, I wasn't. I like the little donut with the half sprinkle sticking out of the ground. Like, cute, cute stuff. I also want to point out that the ammo for some of these is very on theme too. Like, you have stars, obviously you've got the popsicles, the double popsicles coming at you. The little square bullets, like these ones passing by, not the little things, but the little multi-layer squares, remind me of, I believe they're pinafores, the little, that's what those little cakes are that are layered. So everything is themed and adorable. Like, they really covered everything. Every little detail. What are we gonna get? Oh, trumpet. Trumpet against the trumpet llamas. The Viva Pinata llamas. Dagnabbity. Again, this is, you know, simple things. It's not... There's a lot going on. Lots going on. You think you're okay, you let your guard down, and that's what happens. Look at all these gummy bears. We still got the vacuum. So far, I think the vacuum and the bullet shield are probably two of my favorite power-ups. Although the pit has the, you know, the saw blade that will, like, extend. And like, for instance, a lot of the little small guys, when they're coming up in a big group, it works really, really good against them. So, I have to say, that's one of my favorites, too. So far, those are my three. Meteor's, like I said, Meteor's good, but Meteor's good if you have a lot of people on the board. And me being the crazy person I am, I'm trying to kill everything as quickly as possible to clear the board and keep safe. See, like, this would be perfect for the saw blade. You could just run it through all of them and kill them all, you know, going back and forth with it. Comes another power-up. What do we get? Pug gun. You can hear the little noises, the doo-doo-doo-doo. They all have different noises, too. It's kind of like the music is more of like a background thing, like it's there. But the real stars of the show are the enemies, the noises they make, what the guns sound like, what the power-ups sound like. Like, that's the real you know, top star here. Meteor. They need to come out with a Final Fantasy VII board. That could be a DLC. There you go, devs. That way you can use Meteor in that one. Except it's gotta be a Meteor. Can't be a block. Get some big guys here. The ice cream truck's starting to pick up more of those, more frequency of those. I love the little rainbows on the clouds. Now, some of these small guys will not shoot at you, and some of them will. A lot of the times, the small ones will come out in a large group just to try and overwhelm you. Up, mini boss. Let's do this! Now, I'm actually kneeling here. As you can see, I'm trying to move around, because that's really the trick. You should be using your space of where you're standing. Those pink squares are actually all the space I have on my actual floor to move around. So, there was another power-up. So, there's, as I said earlier, the triple gun. But definitely using space is important. Now we're up. Oh, we got the vacuum. I'll tell you what, the arcade cabinets in each of the boards, because you do see arcade cabinets in each of the boards, but again, they're all themed. So those by far have been very entertaining, because they do a lot of like callbacks to things that are not necessarily older, but a little more retro. Mistakes were made. Now, you're going to see two power-ups come up, because I'm starting at the second checkpoint. So, depending on what checkpoint you start up at, is what power-up you get. So, obviously, here I'm starting at the second checkpoint. They've got to give me both my power-ups. Now, these power-ups do not carry into the next boards. You start over, you know, single gun, then you get the next power-up, second power-up, double, triple guns. You also have missiles. You can see I'm not using them here. I am going to use them in the boss fight for this. At one point, the boss is going to be followed by a very large mass of missiles. Many missiles. Magic missiles, too, because they're homing. I like the Pop-Tarts, too. Comes another power-up. What are we getting? Hey, pug gun. What a fun game this is. Like, really. It's very... I don't want to say high-strung, but it keeps you on your toes, but you have fun doing it. It's bright, it's colorful, it's upbeat. Boss time. So everything looks normal, right? Seems pretty simple, but nope. Not at all. So as you can see, this boss has phases. I really don't think Like, I mean, I'm sure you can hit him when he's like this phase, but it is very hard. And here comes the missiles. As I said before, my magic missiles. The missiles, all you have to do for them is you hold down a button and it charges them. You cannot fire when you're doing it, but they do stuff like that where they home to everything on the board. So they are very handy. I really should use them more. And look at this. It's got like 15 missiles after him. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Bam. Heck yeah. Go us. Unfortunately, we did not hit the score. You can go back and do the board and get the score. So here's our menu. Let me go the pit. So there's our secondary pilot. His name is Screech. He's a bat. Adorable. And then we have the ability to unlock a Lucifer. So as you can see, I was talking about the power-up drop rates. Damn, Lucifer is 70% bullet shield? Look at how cute he is. That's me swapping them between my hands. Alright, so we're going to play with the bat. Screech. Wait till you see this board. Also appreciate the music. There's Lucifer. It's got like this metal, bassy, grungy music, and then look at these mobs. They even have metal videos on the quote-unquote YouTube-looking webpage. Look at heavy metal. Those heavy metal is playing on the TVs. We were just shooting some amplifiers, coffins. These little Jason rabbits. There's gonna be zombie and undead rabbits. That looks like a Kiss reference on that, some of those. Some little, like, gargoyle bat-looking things. Ugh, this board is so precious. The hair metal people, ugh. So here's the chainsaw. And that's what it does. You shoot the thing out. And that's me not paying attention. Hey, there's an arcade chest right there. That was a good shot of it. So as you can see, 300 kills to unlock the Lucifer plane. It's teddy bears playing. The teddy bears are metal bands, or bears, I should say. Marshall's amplifiers. Frankenstein's. Look at this, like a Game Boy with an axe. Like, the references in this. This game definitely, if you have VR, you're probably going to want to grab this one at some point. We got our guy again here. This is a good time for everyone. Wasn't really anything good to use the saw on at that point. Got pug gun again. Now here comes the zombie rabbits and some zombies. Just a little it's little tombstones that thing is it's just... I'd like to point out that see the little Satans here? Their stuff actually bobs up and down. It doesn't travel straight. Makes it a little extra dangerous. Look at all these zombies. Again, the enemies and the noises that they make and everything really are like the stars of the show. Bam. Let's do it. Oh, there's a pizza. It's like you notice something new every time, too. I can see this being a funny game to have friends play, because let's face it, you do make mistakes, and sometimes, oh, here we go, real quick. Saw blade, So good. You know, your friends can screw this up, and you can make fun of them, and get them into a rage. Because that's what friends are for. It's a great party game. They're all headbanging. Like, superb job on this game. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all later. Take care. Mwah! Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to donate, go to GamerQuest.tv/donate, and I will see you on the next video.